It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday night.
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Khalimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're underway from Seattle. Return coming here from the 12. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Staying with Walker, and he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the gun, here's Smith. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Well, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL. And it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. CJ was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 41. Gets this to Stover. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down, ball at the 36. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they take him down right along the 30. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. Pass is caught at the 9. And in for the Houston touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
First and 10 now from the 30. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, Smith.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Starts the return at the 34, and he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt goes 63 yards, and it's going to be Texans football. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few bluebirds.
Into the hands of Schultz. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Stroud throwing here on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. On the option, here's Mixon. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. On the ground again with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Headed right through the middle of the field. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Completed to Collins. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Mixon. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 13-0 lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Seahawks offense running out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Walker on first down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running with Walker again. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down, and they go right back to him. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Walker now from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Walker running to the right. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 42. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. It's a 2-score game early. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back now for the second quarter. And the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And his charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running back, motioning right. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Completed to his running back. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun now for Stroud. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock. But, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Throwing is Stroud. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Stroud off the play fake. Pass taken in by Diggs. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third down, Mixon gets it. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Just short on third down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on fourth?
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. Running for it, Mixon. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Stroud. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. Everly's kick is good. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a 1st down. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a 1st inside the red zone. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans take a 20-zip lead. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Seahawks offense taking the field now. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut to Walker. Makes a cut to the right sideline. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They go play action. Here's Smith. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. They get 22 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Smith back to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. He'll begin his return from the 11. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans and Stephon Diggs getting set for this next offensive possession. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And he'll only get 3 here as we've reached the 2-minute warning. The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. Complete to Dell. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
3 yards on the play. And the Texans 1st down.
Working inside the red zone. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. This 32 yards out on the right hash. Everly's kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Here comes the final play of our first half. He's back to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines, but hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll send you from one end of the country all the way to the other. Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. First down, Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he gets him around 6 there. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 4. Connection made to Dell. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Call it 70 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3. Still has some space inside the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Now the give to Mixon. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got it. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They send Diggs in motion right. Mixon goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Getting out to his left, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. To the air, Stroud. Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Everly's kick is good, and that extends the lead to 20.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has it at the 11. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Staying with Walker. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. And stop coming from Henry To'o. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. This time it's a passing play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now an inside give to Walker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's a pickup of 9. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down, just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
A play fake, now Smith to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Offense to the line for second down. The give now to Walker. This is ahead for about 5. Christian Harris on the stop. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be third down and 6.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Throwing on third, Smith. He has the first over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Offense set for a first and 10. Running left, here's Walker. And he's gonna run this one well into the red zone to the 14. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're gonna have second and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks start the second half with some needed points. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. Speed move. Uh-oh, ball's out. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Dell with the grab. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Texans going to kick this away on fourth, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running is Walker. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
From the gun, Smith. Rolling left, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Running left is Mixon. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
From the 46. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Mixon on the toss. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
2nd and 8. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Going right side, Mixon with it. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. An 8-yard gain, but still left with 4th and a bunch. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. From 37 yards in the right hash. Everly's kick is good. And that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks offense ready to get going once again. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It's Walker on the give. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Walker on first down. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
First down, Smith to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
He's inside the 10. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Walker now from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal coming up from the 7. Now Smith has it in close. Touchdown, Seattle! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for 2.
The Seahawks will line up.
They want to run it across. And he'll get into the end zone to make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust. And they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a 1-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them 1 snap away from a totally different ball game.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Starting at the 10. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Has his man, it's Mixon. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Third down, Mixon gets it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
Stroud throwing here on first. Escapes the pocket. Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him around 3, but a very big distance to address here on third down.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Mixon on the counter. And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. The Texans set to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that one's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw it. Setting up the running back screen. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They've got first down from the 31. Setting up to pass. Pass complete to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here he is to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll head out of bounds at the opponent's 35. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
They're set up at the 35 now. Smith on first down. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now Seattle going to call its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Second and 3 now. Keeping it with Mixon. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on third. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Punt team on the field. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be Seahawks football. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Ball game's not over just yet. Don't leave those seats. The interference call means we're going to have an untimed down here. Here's Smith. He finds Fant. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So the Texans come away with a road win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Seattle.